was the one for me. Ever since then, we been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to the ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lane, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going? Wait, where I'm going? Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello. This is Be Exposed Radio, and welcome to the Kocktail Social. I am here. I am Blue Waters, and these are my socialites. Hey, socialites. It's been a whole week. Can you believe it?
Yeah, honey. I know.
Right? I look forward to today. I really do, because it's like so much that we can catch up on. And last week we had a sub, so welcome back.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Ready?
You had your sub in space in your place.
That's right, my Gemini twin.
I know, and she was phenomenal. So Chloe, you have to come back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have to come back. We enjoyed you. We wish you were here today because we needed you.
Mm-hmm. She's trying to duck us out.
One of our social
She's trying to duck us out. That's what it is. You're trying to duck us out. But we on to you.
Right.
We know where you live. We know when you home and when you're not.
That's ADP.
You know when you home and when you're not.
We want to send a shout out to our socialite, Cable Corsi. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jordan.
Enjoy.
Happy birthday
to you. Someone say this ain't no Marilyn Monroe version.
This is the Negro spiritual version.
These, I can't.
We sorry. We've been acting up.
Karen by herself on that side.
That's
Good. I'm gonna hold this corner down.
You gonna hold the angel side thing?
I'm gonna hold down the good side.
Well, the devil is loose.
So we want you to have a wonderful birthday. Turn up for me.
Yes, darling.
Don't do anything that I would do, because
if
if you do anything that I would do, you would wind up in jail for
indecent exposure.
good lascivious behaviors.
prostitution.
Attempted murder.
No attempted murder.
I'm saying you may try to kill him with the dick.
He murdered
that
dick.
And on that, I'm gonna kill him with the dick.
I'm just saying though.
So, I like to check in with everybody. So, everybody, look, I need to know what's going on in your world. First of all, I'm going to start right here to my left with Mr. Gilmore, because he has some upcoming shows, and I just want him to just go in on ahead and tell us where you're going to be performing at.
And we have upcoming shows. It's all my family right here. July 19th, I'll be at South Point for the Sobo Festival. July 20th, I'll be at Southern Provisions at 10 o'clock to 11 p. till 1:30 a.m. Excuse me. And then July 27th, we'll be at Das Beer Hall doing their outdoor festival. And then August 3rd, we'll be at the Reservoir Hill Festival headlining. And then on August 8th, we will be in New York, in Harlem.
Hey.
Harlem.
We in Harlem. This shit for all my haters who didn't think I'd make it out of Baltimore. We about to do this damn thing. We about to take over this damn world, and I'm taking my whole family with me. Thank you. Praise the
That's
Lord.
right, Pinky.
May God add a blessing to the reader of that word.
Thank you. And I thank you.
Thank you and good night.
I'm going to bounce back over here to Miss Mizell.
Yes, darling.
Tell me something good.
Well, right now, I ain't trying to do nothing but make sure I'm alive at this point. I just need a little, I don't know what the hell going on with me. I'm all over the goddamn place.
My goodness.
Don't ask me no goddamn questions today, because I don't know no damn. But where you going, Penny? Penny, where you going? I don't know. I mean, I'm still doing the same old, trying to get these businesses off the ground or whatever. Naturally smooth body butters and scrubs. I also have Knotty Threads. You can follow me on Instagram at Knotty Threads. That is all of my crochet things, and hell, you can get in contact with me on there to get just about anything, your jewelry, scrubs, crochet, a good joker, and then whatever.
She's crocheting me some drawers currently.
Yeah, with the flat
Can
on
I
the
tell
back.
you something? So her body scrub. Now let me tell you. The body scrub
Everything.
let me tell you, had me feeling like a newborn baby.
That thing scrubbed me, but she scrubbed my head.
I was touching myself all night long.
Oh,
Like a newborn baby seal.
Man.
is that Italian level? So soft and supple.
Let me tell you, I thought my breasticles were udders, because I was massaging them with the butter. It felt so good. The nipples was just so supplely.
You was
So
milking
soft.
yourself.
Yes.
I felt so moist.
Oh, it was so moist and supple, and savory.
Savory.
Motherfucker, savory.
What was it? Savory. It was savory.
So her body butters are wonderful. Please check her out. They are amazing. And Miss K, tell me something good.
I was out and about today, and I ran into a good girlfriend of mine. Her name is Kimberly Daniels. She's the owner of a business called KD Bridal. It is a bridal concierge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so 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 sorry. It popped on. I'm so sorry.
Okay, it was
So
excited
sorry.
about
My
the KD
goodness.
Bridal. So she's a bridal concierge. So what that means is she's not like a bridal. She's not the wedding person. All she does is make sure the bride is okay. So when you got that raggedy best friend who thinks that she's the maid of honor and she's supposed to take care of you, but all she about is
It's sabotaging your ass.
and sabotaging because
Kill the
she's
bitch.
sad and lonely. Kim is there to make sure that you don't have to want for nothing.
And you know what, Miss K, I love how you were pointing to me as the bride, because I think you were speaking that over my soul. I feel like I'm gonna be a bride.
So
Would you
when
wear
it's
white?
said, so shall it
Yeah,
be
you know
so.
damn well that motherfucker ain't no goddamn white.
I can wear white. I can wear white.
You can wear that shit, but that don't mean it's in honor.
I'm
They off white.
Right. Motherfuckers on beige. Mother of pearl. Mother of pearl.
So she's
Little
Katie
cream.
Bridal on Instagram. She's KatieBridal@gmail.com. Kimberly Daniels, holla at your girl. She's bridal concierge and specialist. Love you, Kim.
You remember when everybody grandma was getting off white for shit?
He gonna have on a beige wedding gown.
Mother of
It's blush.
And bashful. He say he sprayed the place down in Pepto-Bismol. I love that fucking movie. That's a masculine movie, still Magnolias.
So today, Mercury is in retrograde,
Yes, darling. Yes.
and so everybody is all over the place, and
Y'all calm
chaotic,
down, calm
and
down.
energy is all over the place. There are several other planets that are all over the place,
Yes.
and so you know what I wanted to talk about while everything was all over the place.
Uranus.
I want.
Thank you. You're right.
She's here all week.
All week.
No, I don't want to talk about my anus. But Uranus is in retrograde.
Uranus is in retrograde. It's going backwards. I'm sorry. Let me gather myself.
So, I want to talk about love.
Oh,
I love to talk about love.
yeah.
I want to talk about relationships. And you know what? The fact that we are so jacked up with relationships. So the topic, today's cocktail question, and I need y'all to weigh in. The first question of the evening is, what is the difference between being in love and loving someone?
My goodness.
That right there
I don't want to be right.
Come on now.
What is the difference
But he
between
said if
being in
is
love
being without you.
Oh, yeah.
and loving someone? Now, me personally, you had to get a drink for that.
I know that's right.
That was
That
This
was Look, she brought the pretty glass.
What is the difference?
Yeah.
And so what I want to know is, now, in my opinion, I know that there's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel like you can love across the board. You can love multiple people. Loving a person is not unilateral, it's not unidirectional, it's omnidirectional.
Yeah.
But when you're in love, oh, that's a whole nother thing.
In love, I had you
In
doing some
love,
crazy
have you
shit.
doing some
Crazy shit.
I mean, you stay up
Make
all
it get
night.
up early. Make it stay out all night long.
Wow.
So what's the difference? I think I stumped y'all.
I think you can love. I mean, you can. See, when you love somebody, it's like. It sounds like the beginning of that Lauryn Hill miseducation and shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because you can love somebody, and it's like, you know, all right, I got love for you. I don't want to see nothing happen to you type of situation. But when you're in love with somebody, that should have had you doing some crazy shit. Like you be all like, I mean, you be doing stuff that you probably wouldn't normally do. Not nothing harmful, but just stuff that you normally wouldn't do.
Okay, and I have one after you.
So my example is this. So, you know, I really like kissing, right? Kissing is really important to me.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't like a sloppy kiss. But my guy gives sloppy kisses. And I don't care. It's like now if he gives me a kiss or if I know he's about to kiss me, I'm like, my shit is about to get wet. Yes! Like,
well, see, it's fine as long as because sometimes they kiss you. You know they kiss you all over wet around here. Don't smell like spitting on an iron or nothing. Cause you know sometimes.
who is spitting on it?
You know, motherfucker, and they kiss you and your goddamn you smelling your goddamn lip. Cause that shit is like. Goddamn, and a slimy kiss. It's like with a slimy ass kiss.
Like walk in the hall and before you got to the good part, and you just smell a stale.
Like my mouth smell like my lips smell like Brussels sprouts. Like I shouldn't be slimy. Like where you got that shit all right? I can't now.
I just feel like when you're in love, like certain things that would normally get on your nerves, it's like that's not important. And like as long as it's not a deal breaker, you're like that's not important to me anymore. I'll take it because that's just who you are.
Okay.
Right.
Love is one of them things. I only found out recently that in my whole 35 years of being on this earth that I had never been in love. Like never.
How do you know that? How do you know that you've never been in love?
I fell in love.
That part.
And what was it like?
You know,
What was the
oh my God.
Unlike
Let me tell you something. So there's a theater of love.
That's why he's my wonder twin.
Activate.
That's right. Let me tell you something. There's a theater to love of things that we think that love should be. Like we think that we should fight for someone. We think that we should be upset about this thing. And we think that we should do all this stuff that in reality don't mean shit.
Right.
Like, you know, one of the complaints I always had in my relationships was that I wasn't affectionate. Was that I wasn't I was never jealous. You know, that I seem to be flippant about things, and I just thought, well, you know, hey, I'm a Gilmore. That's what it is. No, that's bullshit. No, because then when I fell in love, like I was every cliche you can think of. I was sending good morning texts.
Yes.
I'm sitting there. I hear a song. Look, I'm in the car. Grown ass man driving down the road. Rihanna's "You're the One" came on. You're the one that I think about all day. Look, I'm sitting there like, you damn right, bitch. How you
To be loved. Oh, what a
But when
feeling.
you fall in love, the difference that I felt was and this is going to sound cliche, but I felt naked. I felt vulnerable, and I felt completely exposed, and it scared the shit out of me, and I spent 4 months running from it.
You know what? And you were about to say something.
I was just gonna say, I felt naked and exposed and safe all at the same time.
At the same time. Everything I said, I felt like it was safe. I felt like my past.
You almost quoted the word.
Right.
He said,
I felt like my past was safe.
Yep.
Like I never met somebody that understood things about. I never met somebody that I didn't have to explain myself to.
That part.
That I could just speak without having to translate or apologize, and just understood me at levels I didn't even understand. And then that shit right, it was like, no, it really felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like I had been walking this earth and going through all this shit just so I could be prepared to meet you. And then once I met you, then I'll be prepared to go through life with you, because whatever was going on then don't mean shit now, because that was just preparation for this. Because this shit here, this shit is the shit that God was talking about. This is the shit, when they talk about what Jesus said, like this is the stuff that Jesus was saying, and now I'm living it, and then I understand it, so then I can be more free about giving it to other people. Without feeling like they're going to take advantage of me, because that was my bad shit.
I felt like, I agree. I absolutely agree. Me in love is poetic. Everything it's almost like you living in a movie. It's like something
Fireworks and birthday
God, the ancestors is writing a story. Exactly. All of that. I mean, it's all of that.
You hear songs and shit when you not supposed to. And
It's like being on PCP in that motherfucker.
love is paid.
Love and get your ass.
Love is mushrooms.
Hell yeah.
In love. And the funny thing is, for me, being in love distorts your vision. Because it makes
you ain't lying.
beauty where other
Because
people.
love will make you look over that, you know, like certain shit, you know, like.
And it might
You
excited about
that
that
shit where somebody else would say,
Make you
"Oh
look
my
over
God,
top
that's
of
so
that
annoying." And you sitting there, that's what I love about them.
right.
Aw.
It's like
Precious baby.
being in love makes the flaws look beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not about being blind. It's just seeing the flaws and that you have a different perspective.
You feel protected. And then you are protecting. Because you know what the best part about being in love is when it's returned.
So, okay. All right.
What Teddy P say? It's good loving somebody when somebody loves you back.
So, Jonathan, you have been witness to the relationships that I have been in.
And vice versa.
Have you ever seen me like this in a relationship?
No. And I love it. Have you seen me?
I ain't never.
You ain't never.
No.
You know I was an asshole. Like,
Asshole with hemorrhoids.
Oh God. Okay.
But it's soft.
Oh my God.
But love softens you.
Hemorrhoid asshole.
But it softens you though. It brings. You know what it does? It starts to give you confidence to allow you to be the you that you see.
Yes.
The you that you hope that you're presenting. But now this person who is, and I don't want to use these terms like your other half,
Right,
and things like that,
Right.
but it's more like it's the person that I don't know. See, I believe in soulmates, and I believe that soulmates work way outside of romantic love.
Yeah, you can have multiple soulmates. Yeah, definitely.
I feel like at some point in this time continuum, we were all like intense family.
yeah.
And because I feel way too intensely strong when I'm near you.
Absolutely.
But that's love. I love y'all.
Absolutely.
I love y'all. But
It's a difference
it's
between.
different
It is
because
very
when the person I'm in love with, if I had to, and I think because of the love y'all had for me, if I had to walk away from y'all would understand it because this is the person I was supposed to be on this journey.
Oh no, I'm gonna stalk
Yeah.
your motherfucking ass. You ain't gonna just leave us. Lord,
But-
speaking for everybody, you ain't gonna just leave us.
But the thing is that you would understand it.
Right.
But the thing is that because love is supposed to be reciprocal, they will understand who y'all are in my life.
Right.
Right.
They
And would never make you choose.
ask me to choose.
Never make you
Always, my entire life and all of my relationships, I've been made to choose.
Yes.
And I've always had to have, you love this too much, so it's either me or them.
And I agree. I believe that when you're in love, you see things differently. The flaws are you're willing to work through certain things.
Yeah.
You're willing to compromise.
Oh, yeah.
You're flexible.
My God.
I mean, and it's just like, and it makes you feel like life is worth living. I mean, being in love for me is just like I said, it's like poetry.
I'm not afraid in love.
Not
Like
at all.
I've been in relationships where you're afraid. Like I've been afraid to be exactly who I am because the person is intimidated by it, or they don't get it, or they find it weird because they don't know anything about it. I'm so in love that like Wednesday I sat at my desk and wrote out I woke up in love this morning poem. Like, I've written poetry in
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Now let me tell you something. On that note,
years.
whoever Miss K is in love with, let me tell you something. You better do her right. Because let me tell you, you don't want no 6'3" drag queen hybrid standing outside your damn
All my fat ass
Because I'ma do it.
I love y'all.
gonna kill your
Stand
ass.
at that bitch looking like Yo Sammy Sam on that motherfucker. I said, what you son of bitches didn't fuck with my goddamn friend. You don't miss my goddamn friend. Run that bitch with a shotgun.
Oh my goodness.
This is the Cocktail Social. And I love them. I love my socialites. And this is Be Exposed Radio. We're going to break the commercial. And we'll be right back. Join us. Get your cocktails ready.
Get your cocktails ready. And your
We're gonna come right back with this question. This is the Cocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters. These are my socialites, and this is Be Exposed Radio.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
something new. Take a break from my broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't keep the feels up for me. Oh no, she couldn't keep the feels up for me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't keep the feels up for me. We do whatever you like. Keep the feels up for me. Oh no, she couldn't keep the feels up for me. So let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are.
Join the club that gives you stuff. Hey, thanks! Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue, and she wants to be this...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Kocktail Social. And we were in a hot conversation about love. And I'm looking at some of my comments. Look, Jay Muller said, fuck love, get money.
Oh, I did. Yeah, well, you know.
Who hurt you?
Right. I know that's right.
This is a safe place for you.
Johnny,
I mean, so, and there are those that have that belief, you know. They've been in a situation where they were in love, or they may feel like love isn't a real thing. You know, sometimes people believe that love is a distraction, that people get caught up in their emotions, and that they take some away from what reality is. And a lot of times people believe that...
They're rude. They're so rude.
Right. Sometimes people believe that love is not real. That's a figment of our imagination, that we get distorted. We maybe become infatuated with a person, characteristics of a person.
Like, you made me rear baby with my gut out. Hope it.
I got my gut out.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you about love, brother.
Now you hold on just a minute.
I'll say, goddammit.
So, what we're talking about, the question, kittens, is what is the difference between being in love and loving someone? Now, I know that loving someone is more general. You know, I think you can love people and not even like them.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah. I can believe that. Because sometimes you love your kids, but you don't like them.
Right. And so I think that in this
I have family that I love to death, but I don't give
like them.
Fuck about them.
And
but I love them though.
Right. Nice.
I do, and I mean, and it's different. I love them, and I worry, and I'm concerned about them, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, I would never be.
I'll choke a bitch quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have friends like that where I love them.
Random ass.
But then I don't think I can
I
call
love you.
friends of that.
I love your
point.
fucking
I
ass,
have
but I'm gonna kill your ass dead. You won't know that.
Got to die.
I have associates where I love them.
This side right.
Wait, come out of there.
I'm sorry.
Time out.
I didn't even do nothing. You got me in trouble again.
You were saying.
I'm gonna sip this here good tea.
You can, but I do, and I agree. There are some people that you have in your family that you love them, but you don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in your life that you love them, but you don't really like them.
I don't like them.
And so, what's the difference?
What do you mean?
What is the difference?
I feel like love is tapping into your humanity.
Yes.
I feel like when you can look at a person for their humanity, for all of their failings, for all of their accomplishments, for everything beyond just the good.
Right.
And you still have a general caring for them, that's love. You know, excuse me, the preacher's kid is coming out
Come
a
on,
little bit. But you know, that is the only thing across spiritual faiths that is a constant. Is love. The meaning of life, I believe, is love. It's simple and it's complex as a bitch.
Same damn time.
Right. But when you love someone, you see their humanity because you understand that whatever they're going through, that could be you.
Yeah.
One of the things I love that Maya Angelou said was that she was talking about a murderer one time. She was like, I'm connected to that murderer because I have the capacity to murder because I am a human and he is a human. So that means that it is also in me.
Right.
But I love him despite what he's done.
I think that's a hard thing for people to really understand.
It's hard.
and conceptualize.
That's like level 10.
It's a move.
I don't know what type of stone you need for that shit. I may need to pull the memory.
I feel like you have to have gone through a few things in your life in order to get to that level of compassion for a person, to understand the humanity of the thing, to understand how a person could possibly arrive at that point in their life where they would commit, I'm not even going to say crime necessarily, but like offenses to people, where you lie to people in their face about them, or you lie, or you steal, or you cheat, or you kill. It doesn't matter, but any situation, there before the grace of God go I. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea what circumstances could occur, what situation could occur that will put you in the same place as that person.
I know if somebody touched the person who I'm in love with, I will be in that circumstance of murder.
That's how I feel about my mama.
But I'm not always that way about someone that I love.
Exactly.
You know, like I might love you, but I'm not willing to sacrifice certain things for you.
Right.
I might love you, but I'm not sacrifice. I'm not going to jail for you.
No, right.
Now, for someone
I'm
I'm
saving
in
that
love,
up. Yeah, you gotta save that up.
if I'm in love with you,
Right. Good, wrong, and different.
a bitch is about to. I'm let me tell you something. I beat the hell out of the
Now,
devil.
because sometimes good sex can be mistaken as love.
That's a chemical reaction to a
chemical
act.
Because sometimes you get dick dumb.
You better talk. You know what I'm saying? You get dick dumb, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Shit, it's 3 against 1 in this motherfucker. Y'all know what the fuck dick dumb is.
But that may be where the intimacy comes in, because your body has been fooled into a false intimacy.
You better
talk. Right.
And there is false intimacy because you're connected with this person. I mean, your skin, your body, your fluids, everything is connected.
But that don't mean they connected with you.
That part.
And so,
That's what I was saying.
well, I think that this was a wonderful topic.
I'll agree.
What's the
I
difference
definitely
between-
agree. I concur.
I think you guys should continue in the comments. Really.
I mean, you really
Listen,
should
I'm looking at the
continue in the
comments.
comments. Give us weigh in. What is the difference between being in love and loving someone? What is the difference? And I would love to get some feedback from you. This is the Cocktail Social. We are having our cocktails.
Indeed.
These are my socialites. Happy birthday, Cable Corsi.
Happy birthday, Chloe.
We miss you, Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe.
And we will be right back after these messages. Join us. This is Be Exposed Radio. This is the Cocktail Social. And I am the cat.
After these messages, we'll be right.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night even though you know they can't solve it.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social. As you see, I'm handing out cocktails. So we started this segment off with a wonderful question. What is the difference between being in love and loving someone? And I'm going to change gears. I'm going to go in another direction. Because everyone knows that I love good sex. And I think that we make it such a taboo to talk about it. But I do. I love it. I mean, if they can bottle good sex up in a can, I would purchase that.
I be rich, bitch.
I would purchase it.
I realize that's the one topic I can talk about
all day, every day,
I think it is my life's purpose.
So the question, the cocktail question is this.
Go for it.
How long should sex last before it's considered good?
There is.
Oh well, shoot! It ain't got the. It ain't got the. Look, let me do.
How long?
There is no.
Well,
How long?
how long? Well,
Should sex last before it's considered good?
Long enough for both parties to climax.
Well, I mean, we need a definite. What is it?
Oh, it's shit. I mean, you with the right motherfucker. Shit, if they know what they're doing, because the sex starts before you get in the bed.
The chick from Coming to America, I feel like that's the time. Go hour and a half.
Right. You got to put in work. Shit.
Now, me personally, I feel
with the right motherfucker, that motherfucker be all night long.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night long.
All night.
Way night long.
So I feel for me, having good sex is like making a good stew. You have to add all of the ingredients.
Come on.
You have to stir.
More than one gravy. Gravy
Yeah,
with an S.
You got it's a process.
It is.
It's a
And
process.
I think that,
Chicken
I think
gravy.
that a lot of times,
This motherfucker made fish gravy.
Semen, vaginal fluid.
Wait a minute.
Onion.
Oh.
Yeah, garlic
35 to 45 minutes, Antonio. You know what? 35 to 45. I can work with 35 to 45 minutes.
Sure.
I mean, that's a good session.
Antonio, where are you?
Agree. That sounds like a good one.
That's a good session.
That's good.
And I feel like you have to take your time with it. I think that a lot of times with a lot of this generation, and let me tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that real, like, love makers and people who knew how to do it died out in the 70s.
Real fuckers.
In the 70s.
In the 70s. I think anybody after the 70s, 80 and beyond, like if you were born in the 80s, you don't know nothing about.
You don't.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Hold on. All my 80s babies, you put it down.
I'm saying that because it's just that everyone wants to bust a nut.
Yeah.
But in the prior to 79,
It's not about the nut though. It's about the getting to the nut.
Build up to that.
That's why I
I think
said
he was
it's
raising
when he's-
some old souls. Because I believe that the people that are beyond the 80s, like if they're 80, 81, 82 and beyond, I think their thing is, I need to come. Whereas when you were in the years prior, it was kind of
that shit right there, that should make a baby. It'll make a baby. You want to make a motherfucking baby.
But you know, you can tell a pre-cum baby from a baby that came together.
How?
They
House
was loved. Let's go back to the last conversation. They was loved.
Oh no!
And so the reason why I say that is because they were
I'm
loved.
not me, not today. Nope.
Oh yeah, that's my baby with her. As opposed to, oh yeah, that's my baby.
Right.
You absolutely
My
right,
baby with her.
Antonio. I think that that's a part of it. The foreplay.
Let me tell you something.
Don't let niggas tell you that foreplay ain't the shit.
Man.
I fucking love when I
But
bite
see-
a nipple, then flick that bitch and watch the motherfucker go.
Wait a minute.
Motherfucker, get the. What's the noise going again?
Get
And
the
that's before you even get to the damn clip.
and
don't go back up and lick a neck.
But that's why I agree with Blue when he said it was like a stew, because it's like when you start a stew, you don't automatically start with your water and all of that. You start with your aromatics, your garlic and your onion. Like there's a process
It's
to
a
this
base.
thing. It's not
Definitely
even
a
about
base.
physical touch. Like a lot of foreplay is
It's about the mind fuck. It's about the mind fuck out there.
You ever talk to somebody in their ear and you let that steam build and you just saying shit like, baby, you know you all I'm thinking about. You motherfuckers start sounding like a Boys to Men.
That's what I'm saying.
And that just sound like Baby
With
White.
the cane, you start saying like, yeah, hey baby.
I have a PSA.
Secret garden.
Public service announcement.
Mr. K, what is the public service announcement?
Gentlemen.
It's okay. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo.
If you want to excite your woman, especially if she's one of those women who she work hard, she take care of the kids, she do everything, she run her household, you gotta start with her ears. Like you can't come home and think you're supposed to blow on her and she's supposed to get moist. That's not how it works. It starts with her ear. You turn a woman on in her ears first.
Yes.
I think if you want your dick sucked right, then you need to actually fucking be worth getting your dick sucked.
First of all, you can't be expecting.
Text. You could be at work and I'm gonna send some shit like, baby, your pussy about to be exploding across the room. And it's just like, I'm in church, nigga. It's like, hell yeah, I'm about to fuck that shit up.
She in church. She about to go to the bathroom and play that guitar. Like,
speaking of which, it's Lawrence and Brianna's anniversary.
Happy anniversary,
7-11.
Yes, sir.
Well, Blue, what's your personal best in time? Not
Wait,
in
what does
action,
that
but in
mean?
time. Like, how many times did you get in? How many sessions?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Do the double.
So now I'm gonna tell you I always tell of this one experience. I don't disclose any names. What I will say is, that There's
no way to say it without exploding.
So it was first of oil. It made me stop certain things in my life. That's how intense.
That's the power of the penis.
Was. He was not from the United States. He was from Africa.
Oh, that motherfucker said,
and he
trouble in your
I went
ass.
there. I'm gonna tell you what happened, kittens. What I did was I went there with and he owes me a fucking Eddie Murphy Raw VHS.
Sound like he gave you Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
Because I went there to watch a movie.
Snatch a patch out his ass.
No, not a patch. Not a patch.
Motherfucker came out that bitch looking mangy as a bitch. And I'm like, what that damn shit?
He just snatched all the motherfucking hell off my ass.
I'm gonna tell you, he stirred that stew to the point where when I got home, he stirred it to the point when I got home, I sat in some water. There was
Loose booty.
That motherfucker said, slapped it
Loose booty.
This shit sound like a goddamn
Alka-Seltzer
motherfucker sitting on the porch. Look, that motherfucker went downstairs. It would sound like he was born across a bottle.
It was an Alka-Seltzer. That he tore it up, and I'm gonna tell you, I was hiding out from his ass for almost 2 years because I had never experienced that. And he was old. Now I will say this: we were in the same age.
Yeah, it was good. It got him stuttering and shit. That's all, folks.
The memory got him going back.
Got Porky Pig in this motherfucker.
I'm not.
It was good. It was really
good.
And then I will say that after I've had good experiences, but this individual, I don't know what herbs he used. I don't know.
Juices and berries. He got juices and berries.
I don't know what he lathered in, but he laid it the fuck down.
Yeah.
And to the point where I was like, I don't want no more, sir.
No more for me. No more for me.
Y'all ever had sex where you make noises you didn't know you could make?
Motherfucker, you sound like you in that bitch in heat.
Were you speaking of foreign culture?
Just sit there back there.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you talking in tongues and it was on
The damn ancestors' voice.
That motherfucker looking for a bitch in broad daylight with a flashlight. That motherfucker all underneath the car and shit.
She made me snort.
Was good. That shit had you doing all sorts of shit. This bitch just showed up with a casserole. You know we don't got no fucking casserole. This bitch showed up in his job with a casserole.
I had somebody.
A casserole.
I did that.
That dick. The power of the dick. That motherfucker said, I have the power.
I can't, and I know I embarrassed his ass because I came up to the job and it was a conservative shit. I had
a green bean casserole.
He had a little frilly apron.
Stuff for wife.
The dreads was split up.
He got that bitch like African Dracula in that motherfucker.
I'm done.
You fuckers don't judge me.
These two.
They don't fucking judge me. And look, flip the napkin like this. I was in full regalia.
Like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
Doctor.
I was ready. I mean, but it happens, and I will say that I feel like if you stir that pot,
stir it
really good.
You ain't never learned.
You gotta, if you stir it really good. I think that in the generation after the 70s, I think that they can fuck. But they don't know how to.
Ladies,
but see, you got to put that thing on.
Gentlemen,
you got to put the thing
on.
on.
Opportunity here. Don't you get somebody that say that I'm just trying to get my nut and you've got better find yours. that selfish ass motherfucker. You know what? Nothing makes me happy.
Come on, then to be a pleaser. My God.
When you make somebody fucking change names, religions, and shit, that shit it's all powerful.
Can I tell you something? And the thing is this. A lot of times, so youngins, what you need to learn, if you're in your 30s.
Sure, go ahead. I'm in my 30s. Hold on.
No, not be like 30.
Brand new 30s.
Brand new 30s.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Not if you was raised with an elder, but if you've been your brand new 30s.
Yeah.
Take your time.
You wasn't raised right.
Get in there, stir it up.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. Learn the magic of touch.
Let your dick get sensitive. Don't go fucking.
Don't get over the skin. Now, I mean, get it. Let me let you know something.
Hey, don't feel like when you get,
I want you to get to the point where
you pull out that pussy. And
orgasm.
turn and suck that dick, and you feel like that's what you look like. You're woo,
learn the art.
Skin off your dick. After you done nutted in motherfucker.
Oh, see, you trying to make babies and shit. You trying to make motherfucking
shit. You don't have one, goddammit.
They gotta learn the
You're
art
trying to get
of
tax
self-denial.
deductions.
This is.
Learn the art of self-denial.
This is
I stretch my
the Cocktail Social.
Welcome.
And we are Be Exposed Radio.
We're exposed.
Tune in. Grab your cocktails.
I got a cocktail.
Some cock.
This is adult conversation.
Or some tail.
Yes,
So tune in. We're gonna break.
That's how the cocktail.
Go to our commercials.
Hey, well, yeah,
and
well,
join
shit.
us
You
after
seem
the
like
break.
you're the only one eligible.
All right.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. So no matter what you up, you gotta go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen it's less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all the homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by. And you know how it is, where we at, nigga. They say money can't buy happiness, but I be happy as a bitch when I can have dinner. Learn from your losses or you end up like the last nigga. I fall off, I bounce back, I really come from the dirt. But if you wanna make it happen, gotta put in the work. The word will kick you when you down, and I know this shit hurt. And it's crazy cause your family, your shit on you first. My sister stabbed me in my chest, I had a hole in my shirt. I never said a prayer for her on my way to the hearse. I died twice that night, man, I'm just happy to be here. And shit like that is the reason I never be scared. Was drifting through the smoke in the field, I couldn't see clear. It's deeper than the rap, I'm where the bottom of the sea is. Was trying to make it happen till I happen to ball. It's all mind over matter, the fuck the matter with y'all, huh? Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Should be strapped with my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life and it's the code that I live by.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I thought you was going to have my money today.
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You know them motherfucking
Welcome back to the Kocktail Social here at Be Exposed Radio. I'm here with my socialites. After this last subject, I don't even know how to compose myself.
Yeah, shit, just say what the fuck you say. What the fuck they gonna do?
So the last question was, how long should sex last to be considered good? And what I will say is, it depends. Sometimes you can have
we went as far as we felt like going.
Absolutely. So it depends. I believe, in my opinion, that you can have a quickie and it's good. Because it's needed.
Quickie will set you right.
And I believe that you can have a long and a deliberate experience.
That's a good word.
Yes, a deliberate.
Motherfucker go through a motherfucking family pack of condoms. I don't know if they call them family.
What
pack? 6-pack, no 12-pack.
Wait a minute.
The 12-pack. Motherfucking 12-pack in them motherfuckers.
Okay.
And you be trying to ration that shit out. Talking about only got one more. Only got one more. We gonna have to go back to the store. You got 12 condoms your ass and went through.
Wait a minute. So then there's that, and then there's intimacy.
So that brings me to the next question. My kittens.
Yes.
What is intimacy?
I don't know.
Intimacy is like, it is a closeness exchange between two individuals. It does not have to involve sex at all. It is when two people, I feel like, join on one accord. They have an understanding between them, and it is a safe space to be in, where you understand that when you are with this person, you are safe, you are cared for, and everything is okay. Like, you don't have to worry about stuff blowing back on you. You don't have to worry about stuff being held against you. It's just a safe space to be in, whether it is physical or non-physical.
Down on this, and what is intimacy? Mr. Gilmore?
I don't know.
You're asking Mizell first.
I'm sorry, y'all. Plug up.
Intimacy, we were talking about this off camera, and I'm going to repeat that, is that I didn't know intimacy until I had it. Intimacy, I think, is one of those things, until you get it, you don't know that you are lacking in it. I think that a lot of people, as they move through circles, move through relationships, you know, that they lack the intimacy of the true private joy, as Prince would say, of that relationship. You know, I get a lot of flack because I'm insanely private about my relationships, but it's mainly because it's none of your damn business.
Right.
But and that goes beyond a romantic relationship. I don't feel the need to post to prove anything.
Yeah.
Because in that intimacy, there's something. There's like this very. It's like a blood oath or some kind of like intergalactic locking of that this is just us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's personal.
It's personal. It's
private.
It's private, and it's not cookie cutter.
Right.
So what you're saying is that intimacy is, for me, when I define intimacy, it's almost like escaping into a bubble.
Yes.
Look, there are things I have told you that I haven't told any damn body.
Right.
And that's because we have an intimate relationship. There's shit that I've shared with you.
Right. Well.
And God knows with you, Karen.
Yeah.
That without that intimacy, I wouldn't, because I'm an insanely private person.
Yeah.
And I think that what happens is that for a lot of relationships, it's creating that space of safety.
Yeah.
Where you can be naked. I think
And
that
you
we're
can be
so
vulnerable.
subconscious.
That's the word.
You can be vulnerable.
And that's the thing about being
and still
naked.
feel safe.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about being naked. I think that intimacy is when you are at your most exposed. You're at your most vulnerable. And I think that even though I think we're taught to cover up our nakedness. And because we're so used to
going back to biblical times when they put the little, great leaf over the penis.
Because we are conditioned to cover up our nakedness, we're ashamed of it. And so when someone actually sees us as we are without judgment, that is a welcome space.
Well, the thing, people, I'm sorry, a lot of times we don't even know how to accept people seeing us for what we are. Like because your vision of yourself, like, you know, I ain't got a six pack, you know, I ain't got the biggest ass in the world, none of that. But I might look at myself and be like, you know what? I don't know if I like this dimple in my thigh, or I don't know if I like this dimple in the back of my leg, or I don't know if I like this jelly roll. But then somebody else might look at you and be like, you're perfect. You're perfect. And you know, a lot of times we don't accept ourselves for what we are.
And I agree. And I believe that when you're intimate, a person looks at you in your truth and looks at that and says, I want to hear your voice.
Right.
Not the voice that you're conditioned to sound like.
Or not those voices
not
that
the
are in your
person
head.
that you're conditioned to be.
Not who everybody told you.
Exactly.
Label.
But they look at you and they're like, and they're listening to you, not with just their ears, but they're listening with their hearts. They're listening with their higher self.
You go ahead.
So I think the intimacy is something that is missing in a lot of relationships, and I think that for a lot of times, even in physical relationships, there's a lack of intimacy. I think a lot of times people are just about busting a nut, but they don't know that they can get you to a place beyond the nut with just a touch.
You
Yes.
man, with somebody
talk.
that loves the shit that you hate about yourself.
Right.
Man, and you be there trying to hide that jelly roll and they be like, give me that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jelly roll. Motherfucker, grab that jelly roll. Man.
Oh,
I would.
You be feeling sensitive and shit. You know, I don't really like having that motherfucker grab that bitch midsection and hold on.
So this is you've turned into the Cocktail Social I am the host, Blue Waters. These are my socialites.
Yes, we are. Yes.
This is Be Exposed Radio. Weigh in with your comments. We're going to cut to commercial break, and we'll be right back. Join us.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? You know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right?
Right.
Is that always the case, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's probably one of the biggest reasons we should be doing some critical thinking.
Yes, I agree. I definitely.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You wanna start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
You are listening to
They got swept by the
BeExposedRadio.com.
Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We back on the air. We got to be.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social. Our topic, the question that we're talking about at this moment is, what is intimacy? And so we cut the break, and just before we were about to come back on, Jonathan, you were about to say something, and I think it was profound. So say that.
I think, because again, as I said, you know, you said a word there, and I think it's the fact that, and it really made me think that, you know, when we tell the Garden of Eden story of eating of the tree of knowledge and all of what that means, and that, you know, that is really a parable for our creation, is that I think that what its main point was is that we lost our intimacy with the Creator.
Yeah.
That we lost the ability to reach out and touch the source.
To tap in.
Right. And then now what we had freely given to us that we could just wallow in. Now we had to learn the steps to get to. Because if you don't appreciate it, then there's always that means that there's a lesson that you must learn to get to it. And I think about all the things in my life that I didn't appreciate. And that I had to learn to love. And that I look at my walk in love. Through every relationship I've been through, things I took for granted, the fact that there were all of these women that wanted so badly to love me, but I could not give that back because I did not want to be hurt, and I did not want to be vulnerable, and I did not want to be naked.
And that is a story that is, in my opinion, very common. I remember, like I said, when I first started doing, just coming on air with the Artist Exchange, I talked about a friend, and I absolutely loved him. Absolutely. And I think that the love was comparable to that of Jonathan and David in the Bible.
Absolutely.
To the point
By
where.
the way, you know that's my name is Jonathan David.
So, all right. All right. So, I think that you can learn a lot from those historical texts, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, things of that nature, about life. And so, for me, what I loved about him, we were never intimate. We were never physical. We were always intimate.
Right. And people
I shared my truth.
Confusing that.
People always misconstrue their relationship. Some people even shy away from talking about the depths of their relationship because they're afraid that it will border on the homosexual. And it has nothing to do with sexual
Nothing at
energy.
all.
It is about the fact that I love you. I love you as much as or more than I love myself. And because I love you in that manner, I'm willing to do anything for you to make sure that you are safe.
Absolutely. And that's what it was, something that I knew from that point when I actually came out to him, and I think I made him afraid. I think what he feared was that what we were experiencing was something gay or homosexual, but it was actually something much deeper. And that to me was the true meaning of friendship.
Yeah, because you connect with people on a spiritual level.
Right.
You know, and you know, a lot of times, you know, people always think that to be intimate, you have to have sex. And it's not true, you know, because this is like, you could be, say, 25 years old, and you run across a lady that's 65 years old, and you can have a connection with this lady that is like out of this world that you've never had with anybody else, but it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual.
Yeah. Like I have oh yes. I have a good girlfriend. Shout out to Shanika Lewis. That is my when I say that is my good girlfriend, we don't talk every day. I mean, we work in the same building, but we not on the phone kikiing or whatever. She recently, you know, we walk for lunch. So, you know, while we walk, of course, we talk, you know. Right. And so she was relaying some information to me, and it hit me. You know what I mean? Because I've been in a space where she's in right now. Right. And I know that feeling. And because I know that feeling, I felt for her. Yeah. In my feeling for her, it caused me to act. My action created a reaction from her. She called me with that reaction. My reaction to her reaction was the same as her reaction, if that makes any sense. She called me in tears. Me seeing her in tears, feeling what she was feeling. Right. I'm in tears like, friend, don't cry, because now I'm crying. Like, friend, we crying. Like, stop crying. I'm like weeping more than for good time. That's my point. Like, when you have an intimate, it's nothing gay about our relationship. Not at all. She got a whole husband. You understand what I'm saying? It's about a connection. It's because I love her. I love the person that she is. I understand her. She loves the person that I am. She understands me. And so when we come together, I can share with her knowing that what I share with her is safe. She can share with me knowing that what she shares with me is safe. And you're not going to be judged. I'm not going to judge her. Sometimes, I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to shun her. I'm not going to shame her. If anything, I'm going to pray. You know, that's just who I am.
I think that was... And you know, as I go through my cycle of grief with Keith, that was what made us so close. Yeah. Was that we were able to be intimate, and I never had that with any of my other family members. Right. And I love my family, and I love them so much, and we were all close, but close and intimate are
two totally different
Very
animals.
different. And Keith knew me 1 week in. He knew me and I knew him. Yeah. He saw me and I saw him. Yeah. And
it's, let me tell you, and it's the fact that he didn't shy away from what he saw.
No.
Right.
You know what's fun? Keith saw my truth before I saw my truth.
So
I saw his truth before he saw it. But that's a good
connection. That's a good friend.
So there sometimes with us, especially with us creatives, there's stuff in us that is so outside of the norm that when people see it, if we allow ourselves to be exposed and people see it, sometimes they recall because they like, I'm not ready for all of that. I'm not ready. Sometimes our creativity comes from a place of trauma or a place that is really, really ugly that people can't really deal with, and they recoil.
But you know, sometimes, because we talk about trauma and ugly, but sometimes it's also a place of real joy.
It is, and everybody ain't ready.
And so, I found that more people are not ready for joy. Look at when you post something on Facebook. If you post something happy, 6 or 7
2 likes.
Right. You post trauma or you post something, anything depressing, you got 150
Yeah, it's like a
likes.
country song.
Never lied.
My dog died. My mama got shot. My dog is dead. God, like they love that shit.
I kind of fuck with that song.
Look, write that shit down.
I will say this. I will say that a lot of times when you're intimate, we're taught religiously, spiritually, that walking in the light is okay. We're never taught to walk in the dark and how to walk in the dark.
Well, see, to walk in the dark, you got to be in the dark to even see the light.
But you know, I think we're taught to walk in the dark and call it light.
And see,
I don't know if we are really actually ready to fully walk in the light.
And see,
the light exposes.
But see, this is the thing.
That's what I'm saying. That
That's
jelly
true.
roll.
It's like
but I feel
that jelly roll.
what people see is, and their perception is that
I'm
with
sorry,
intimacy,
that's bad all over.
I'm sorry.
that when you are intimate, it's not what is exposed that's frightening. It's what's not exposed.
No, but you know, I think that's what exposed for me is that you see the things that I'm hiding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're in it. So we're saying the same thing. So what I'm saying is that when you're intimate, what you're exposing to them is the things that no one else has ever seen.
Right.
And the person that sees that isn't afraid.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not afraid to go into their dark.
Like say a spirit.
You
talk.
Go ahead.
So it's like
all that.
We are when it comes to intimacy, we're usually convinced to stay in the light.
Yeah.
But I'm all about
safety
duality.
in the light.
I think that in order for you to wholly love yourself, you actually have to accept all aspects of your flaws. So that's the light and the dark.
Friends that you can't be you around, but you're friends because they fit the mold that people have set up for you.
You better talk.
And I've had friends who have done me tragically dirty, and you know who I'm talking about, Karen.
Yeah.
And
the bitch.
They fit what people saw for me. So I kept them around because I thought that's who I'm supposed to be friends with. I'm supposed to go out and do what they do. I'm supposed to live like they live when I was living unnatural to who I am.
Talk.
Because I'm not that person. I don't enjoy hurting people. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you so this, that, and the third. No, I do that because you're not going to disrespect me, but I am not going to intentionally hurt nobody.
Right.
It wasn't until I got in my 30s that I realized I could curate the people around me and then wait for God to send what I needed.
Talk.
I mean, you know, I sit here and I can stroke y'all dicks for a minute.
Preach on, my brother.
But this came because this was facilitated by the Creator.
Yeah.
Because I spent so long. Come on, I spent so long just trying to fit into a mold that I thought was meant for me as a black male. And that wasn't me.
That wasn't you, yeah.
You know what?
And Karen was the first person. She said, what are you doing? That's not you.
So here's something that helped me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Where I'm perfectly imperfect. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. This I know full well. I was knit together in my mother's womb. You saw me before the foundations of the earth. God knew me before I knew me. He knew every hair on my head. He made me how I am. Right. Flaws and all. like once I
You
understood.
think it's a flaw, ain't what guarantees it's a flaw.
Right. That gap between your tooth that you think is, I don't like this gap between my tooth, is the very thing that makes you real.
Every time I think about my teeth, I think, but if I changed it, would I sound the same?
Would you sound
right?
the same?
Your whistle might not be the same.
I quit her so hard. Like I am who I am. I have been told that I give off a certain kind of energy and that I should keep my hands off people because I'm a honey baby, sugar sweetie kind of person. I should keep my hands off of people. I should dial all of that back because I give off a sexual energy and it might be misconstrued. And so when you spend all of your time trying to not be you and trying to hone in to make other people comfortable, it changes who you are. It puts a muscle spasm in your psyche, in your everything.
It gotta be like like you at a nudist beach. You just gotta let it all hang out.
Right.
Just let that
I think that, and this is what you said at the top of this segment when you stated that we lost our ability to be free.
May I interject? I feel like we're in a society now where it's all about glam and how do people perceive me and all of this stuff. You go on Instagram, everybody look like they living their best life, but you don't know they got damn gas lectures off last week. You don't know that the dog died. You don't know they ain't got enough money to make sure that their kid get to camp. You don't know these things. So we live in this society where we look at things like, oh, they must be making it. And in the process of it all, if a lot of people are not being true to themselves, and so, even when you're yourself, you kind of sit back and be like, well, like I'm a cusser.
And that's a good thing.
My daddy is a cusser.
I'm glad
you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, when, you sit back, you be like, damn, I don't want to be too vulgar, or I don't want to be too this or too that. But be yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm sitting.
I ain't even mad with Cardi B. Look.
No, but it's like, I'm not going to try to say that Cardi B is right or wrong, but what made people uncomfortable and mad, men and women, is that she was comfortable with who she is.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, when you comfortable with who the hell you are, I don't give a shit what you
My
think.
favorite thing on earth is when Bleu walks in a room.
And say, hey!
And you see the people who are uncomfortable because they don't know who they are.
Right.
But then, Bleu, you had this thing where you break someone down, and then all of a sudden, they're starting to release little by little who they are. I mean, you have Cardi energy.
So let me tell you what it is. For me, being gay was the biggest, it was the biggest Achilles heel for me. And what I learned is that I couldn't be intimate with anyone else until I learned how to be intimate with myself.
You talking good, sir.
And intimacy is about being honest. And I didn't know how to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to tell my truth. And I think what I represent and what I try to allow people to do is be themselves. I give them permission to be ugly. I give them permission to be beauty. I give them permission to be fat. I give them permission to be transgendered. I give them permission to be gay, heterosexual, conservative, liberal, whoever you choose to be. When you're in my presence, you're able to be that without judgment. And so my thing is this. That's what intimacy was for me. And I learned that because I lost someone that I felt I could not, I didn't even believe I could be intimate with anyone else after that individual because I loved him so much. And we had so much history. And so what I had to do was I had to try to recreate that idea of perfection. But what it showed me was just how flawed we were as people. Wow. So for me, being who I am, what I do, it's not about, trying to be gay or trying to be seen or seeking attention. It's about being true, being honest, being absolutely unapologetically who you were designed to be. And I give people permission to be that. And I think that when you're intimate when you're with someone, whether you're platonically in a relationship or romantically in a relationship with them, you should be allowed to be you.
Absolutely.
Bleu, you know I tell you all the time. I think we both share this actually. I'm not trying to up myself at all. But that Big Mama.
Absolutely.
You know,
Man, Big Mama give you that biscuit.
But the thing about Big Mama, where they never talk about, and they talk about the food, is is basically that she made you feel safe.
Yeah.
And you felt safe when you came in that house.
Absolutely.
And she fed you.
And
Did she feed you?
Right.
So, we're feeding you cocktails.
Indeed.
This is the Cocktail Social.
Yes! On Be Exposed Radio.
This is Be Exposed Radio. By all means, give us your comments. We're going to come back after this break. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature. And I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do. And I think that that's a big problem that people...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Remember, it sound like an alien.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social. What you are hearing is the effects of too many cocktails. The question that we left off with was, what is intimacy? We are rounding out the evening. We're coming to a close. And I have to say, I don't want to see you go, but we have to go. This has been our 2 hours. So, what I want to ask each of you is, what is a word that you can give to people that are in budding relationships, that are in lasting relationships, that are in that are seeking relationships, about intimacy, about love? What is it? What's a word that you can give to them?
Communication.
Oh my God, today.
Communication, damn it! Because if you don't have communication, I'm trying to tell you. You have to have communication, because when you don't have communication, you know, like I'm a firm believer, and you know, if I'm in a relationship and you're doing something that is not feasible to me, then I'm going to let you know, because I feel like I'm going to give you a fair chance to correct it. Now, if you don't correct it, and I think, because it ain't gonna just be like first time I tell you, you know, like, you need, do this, that, and the other, and you don't correct it, then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, fuck that shit, I ain't doing it. No, I'm gonna give you a chance because I know that things don't happen overnight. But without communication, things you start speculating. You start analyzing. Oh well,
that meeting that goes on in your head.
Like and a lot of times it's totally freaking wrong.
2 plus 2
from what your mother is gone, all the way gone. So I feel like when you have that communication, that you're able to put things out there. Like even if you have a situation where you need more of something. If you put that out there, you give that person a chance to correct, and to put you give them a fair chance. But I just feel like communication is key for everything.
Right. That's a word. That's a word from Miss Mizell.
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore, tell me, give us a word.
This word I will say is more personal. And I hope that it will work for everyone else, is to let love lead.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Elaborate.
Because, I'm an air sign, so my mind will work out every conceivable way why something shouldn't work. It will work out every conceivable way why you shouldn't love me. It will work out every way that you should walk away, that you should cheat, that you should do whatever you think would push you away from me. I've already worked that out.
So you sabotage.
But, and my go-to before was to stay cold and to keep an armor up, so you never knew if I cared or if I didn't or what.
Right.
But when you are exposed, when you find the love that you've been waiting for, let love lead. Let it lead.
Let it lead. Miss K.
I agree with the both of them, and I'm just gonna add to that. Be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself about
Yes.
yourself. Be honest about what you're doing.
You like your toes leak, say it.
Be honest about what you
Yeah,
like and
man.
what you don't like. And that way, when you can communicate from a place of love. You can communicate from a place of understanding. And then everybody can be happy, because if they're not giving you what you need, then you can feel okay to be like, okay, that's not what I need, and so we can end this now. Or from a place of communication, let's see how we can come to a compromise where we can go forward together.
Exactly.
I think that you all had some wonderful and insightful anecdotes, wisdom about relationships and about love and about intimacy. And I think for me, I just learned, look, y'all over there moaning and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that when it comes to relationships and intimacy, I think that people should be their true selves.
Yeah.
I think that they should present themselves as they are when no one else is looking. This is the Kocktail Social.
Yes, it is.
We have adult conversation.
Mm-hmm.
No holds barred.
None.
If you are under the age of 18, do not show up here.
Don't do it.
Because we talk some shit.
You're under the majority.
And we use the word shit.
Because some of these niggas run around 40 years old.
This is Be Exposed Radio. I'm looking forward to having the full panel of socialites next week. We're going to have some wonderful cocktails. You get your cocktail. You join us next week on Friday, 7 p.m.
PM. I ain't
Don't show up at no 7
in the morning.
Do it.
7 p.m. at the Kocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters. These are my socialites. Bidding you adieu. Love you.
Good day, sir.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities